like a boy, will you hit me up? I lost control. Will you help me?
When I lost control, we are lost. Yeah, we lost control. Yeah, we lost control.
Love about a little boy, will you hit me up? I lost control. Will you help me? Love about a little boy, will you hit me up? I lost control. Will you help me?
Well, hello and welcome to Porsche Cup Challenge Euro Global Division. Here we are at Bathurst, and joined with me tonight in the broadcast booth is Adam Morrow. Hello, Adam Morrow.
Hey, Mike. How you doing? Thanks again for having me. And geez, this one should be a good one.
Oh, if it's anything like Thursday, our Thursday race is going to be a real great one. It's going to be a game of who can survive. It is not easy to survive on the walls of Bathurst. As you know, you missed our Thursday race, but I heard you did some practice races here and there. How did that go for you?
Yeah, bummer to miss that one on Thursday, especially to seeing the outcome of the carnage there. But still a couple, great drives from our league members here. And I've done a couple officials. I saw Gherkin in a couple, Hangsington, Winfield. And I don't know how some of these guys get around this track. I mean, they're down in the 203s, just ripping off lap times. But this was a tough one. Up top of that mountain, you really got to have the guts to stay on the throttle and get close to those walls. And if you clip them, you could really throw your race away real quick.
Oh, definitely. I was lucky enough to do some practice races with some of these guys in the league on last week on Tuesday, I think it was. And I gotta say, all the different lines that you can take, everyone at a little bit of a different pace, especially on the mountain section. It can create a lot of chaos for all of the drivers. And then with our reverse grid top 8 into our feature, there's a lot that can happen. We saw on Thursday Jack Booser go from last place all the way up into second in our 30-minute feature, and that was solely based off of absolutely every driver except Manrique and Jack needing to take that fast repair in the pits. All because of these concrete walls. They're hard, and so I'm really curious to see how this one plays out. We have a stronger strength of field on our Euro and Euro Global races. So I'm really curious to see, do these guys try and push their skills to the absolute limit and push their luck all at the same time? Or do they try and stay consistent, have that just nice average pace and try and run that?
Yeah, you said it. Are there guys that are, at the points race is getting tighter too? We got this one and then two more rounds to the end of the season, and there's going to be guys looking to protect their points lead. Does that make them too defensive and they lose speed? Or these guys that want to gain some points, are they going to let it all out? And will that bite them on this challenging track up at the top of that mountain? That's going to be interesting one to see. Some of these points are tight.
Yeah, definitely. I hope you have the corner names pulled up because I'm never very good at those. So I got you finally.
Yeah, they're at my fingertips, boss. Just let me.
So before the race starts, I actually want to pull up. Everyone can take a quick look right now on that timing tower. I'm going to pull up the pro standings while the qualifying is still going. And you can take a look. Philip Hammer is number 1 in our season at the moment. Yuri Steinmetz is number 2. Gordon Ramsay 3. Thorsten Seifert 4. Igor Koz 5. And so on. I'm sure you can all read much faster than I can read it out loud. So there you go. So remember those names and take a look when we go back to the timing tower. They'll all be in green. Here is our amateur standings. And so it's Jason Lyons is duking it out with Alexander Wilford for P1 in the amateur division of this season. Duncan Watson, Glenn Humberstone, very, very close together. And after this week, one more drop week will count, and that could very well bring Alistair Hatcher into play for battle in the 3rd position in amateur division. So watch for Duncan Watts, Glenn Humberstone, Alistair Hatcher, and even Alexander Redhead. I believe he's in this race. Let's go back to our timing tower for qualifying. Oh, no, wrong click. There you go. Right there. There you go. So Wilford and Lyons qualifying right next to each other. Duncan Watts and Alexander Redhead right beside each other as well. This is going to get real spicy. And some drivers, looks like they're not even able to put a qualifying lap down. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on that one?
Ouch, that's not starting off where they want to be. Definitely with the bad qualifier coming through the field here is pretty tricky, but it can be done as we saw on Thursday. And kudos to that overlay you just had up there, Mike. That's a great way to break down the classes to see who and where people are on the points and what they got to do and what spots that some guys have a good points lead where they can just kind of cruise and get a top 5, top 10 and protect that points.
Yeah, definitely. We see some drivers still going at it on our qualifying session. Looks like Ryan Winfeld just got the jump on Corey. They may have been just tag teaming a nice draft with each other. I am not sure. But yeah, there you go. There's not much time left to get to that finish line. That last corner, it's going to bite you if you're not careful. A bit Ariel Julian on Thursday. He was in 2nd spot, made a mistake on this corner, dropped to 6th spot. Last lap, last corner. I just sure hope that doesn't happen to anyone tonight.
Look at those lap times stacked, and the guy's almost in the 203s, and then a large spread of the 205s. Those are great lap times. These guys are moving.
Oh, definitely. Looks like qualifying is done, so I'm going to bring up those qualifying results. Let's see if I can read it in time. We got Igor Koz on pole position with a 204.1. Behind him is Corey Lazarus. He's cheering here with the hometown crowd. He's the hometown favorite coming from the world down under. I've got Philip Hammer in third position. Emil Koopmans in fourth. Danny Hugendorn in fifth. Yuri Steinmetz in sixth. Ryan Winfield seventh. Thorsten Seifer eight. Gerken Demir ninth. Harry Julian 10th. Misha Berger coming back at us in another race finally. Good to see him back. Julian M. Wish in 12th, Lee Holmes 13, Thomas Worm Jr. 14, Alexander Wilford qualifying the front of the pro drivers, Jason Lyons directly behind, Duncan Watts right behind him, Alexander Redhead. It's going to be quite a battle for the amateur division. Craig Schill, Gordon Ramsay, these guys don't think set any times. Gordon Ramsay at the back, Rob A. West at the back, Mark Oliver, Alistair Hatcher, Glenn Humberstone. And I think that's it. So yeah, before we start, what are your quick thoughts on what are a few main things that you would be thinking about if you were in their shoes?
Oh, just get off that line. Get out when those lights go. Get a good start. Get their placement up in front of some of the guys that might be a little bit faster than you, and latch on and be smooth. Survive the top of the mountain. Stay off those walls, boys, and have patience with your passes. It's going to be tough to pass up at the top of the mountain, but there's some good spots down the bottom of that mountain where you can make some moves without too much risk. But wow, I'm pumped for this. This is going to be good.
Yeah, we got some guys in our chat. Julian saying howdy. I know I always say that Julian with a French tongue. I really do apologize about that. I guess that's the Canadian in me. And Duncan Watts is saying slow and steady wins the race. Absolutely. That is absolutely true. And looks like we got the lights all up. Everyone, someone skipped the grid completely. I'm not sure who that is, but the lights are up. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights and off, and then away we go. And it looks like Igor Koz is getting an excellent launch. Philip Hammer's up the inside, and he's going for second position on Corey Lazarus as everyone starts pulling through. Do we have any chaos in the back? Looks like everyone's made it through nice and safe. That is what we absolutely do love to see. And heading towards turn 2, name of turn 2, Adam.
Jeez, I don't know, but this was a tough one because it's hard to see the apex, so this first lap could get a little hairy. Let's see if they play nice.
Oh, and Yuri Steinmetz going up the inside, pushing his luck early. Ryan Winfield not having the best of that, understeering into the wall, so that may hurt his steering, and that may hurt his chances on getting some good points this race, but at least we have our feature race. But he's now challenging. Who is this? This is Thorsten Seifer, or is that Julian M. Wicht? That's Julian M. Wicht. He's now challenging for that spot, and now Julian is ahead. Right back up to the lead of this race. This is Igor Koz. Corey Lazarus made a pass, it looks like, on Philip Hammer, and is in second. He is fighting for that hometown crowd win. Looks like there's been a few crashes in the back. I'm going to have to take a look at exactly how that took place. Wilford is out, and that's going to put Jason Lyons into a real great spot for this race. Let's see. Let's get everyone's interval up so we know exactly how far and how close everyone is. And so, yeah, this is the first time through the mountain, and it did not disappoint.
Not too bad. I think it could have been a lot worse there, but now they're getting shaken out, get some space in between each other, and start laying down some laps here.
Definitely. Let's take a look. It looks like Emil Koopmans has jumped to the pits. I'm not sure. Nope. I have no idea what happened.
Yeah, bummer. It looked like maybe Winfield might have gone off and hit that barrier. Hopefully not any damage here. Let's see if he pulls into the pits.
And as we're going along now with Igor Koz, who's in the lead of this race, Corey Lazarus directly behind, and it looks like he wants to make a pass. I'm going to have to say Corey wants the lead of this race. He wants that hometown win, and he's got a lot of competition, though, if he's going to want this win in this sprint race. Away they go up the beginning of this incline, up the hill. once again for this lap number 2. Philip Hammer in tow, Danny Hugendorn, Yuri Steinmetz, and Gurkin Demir is in 6th. So it looks like there's a gap from our front 4-pack to Danny, but of course watch, is that Danny? No, from our front 4-pack to Yuri. But look for Yuri, who has extremely strong pace in this green 164 car, to break that up and get right back to that front lead pack.
Yeah, let's see how he could chip away at getting up there, and let's see how long, Corey's got some speed. He's great at passing. Let's see if he can get Igor.
And that is exactly what happened. And that was what happened. So it looked like Wilford hit the wall, and that's what happened to Gordon. And I don't know, that's just real bad luck, I gotta say. It looks like we have another victim on the top of the hill. Let's take a look at how that one happened. Julian M. Witch off. Oh, no. This one. Here we go. Went off the track. I gotta make sure I get the right one. Ryan Winfeld challenging up the inside. Oh, and that is real dicey. That is an aggressive move. That may be one for the stewards. We'll have to see, but that was definitely a very aggressive move. It may have paid off. It may not have paid off. We'll have to see as the race goes on.
2 guys don't want to let off, but as the real estate runs out and no one shuts off, that's the door banging that happens. So hopefully you can make that up in the future. Who that went off there?
That was Julian Wish.
Yep.
Wish. I've been told you say it as if it's wished.
Wish that happened.
Yeah, definitely. Very unfortunate. My heart goes out to him for the result of that. But
now it wasn't those 2 that got into it the first lap. Now was it?
Oh, and there goes Corey.
Lazarus. What a save!
And there's a nice easy pass for Phil Hammer and Danny Hugendorn also walking through that open doorway, that wide open doorway.
Yep, heading into Griffin's Bend there. I got the track map up here, boss. So let's see if Corey can get that back after making that mess. Sometimes it makes you loosen up. You make a mistake and then you kind of iron it out and you get your charge back. And let's see if Corey can catch back up. He's down but not out.
Definitely. Looks like we've got Thorsten Seifert with Ariel Julian. Ariel Julian is real close, I gotta say, to Thorsten Seifert. I'm curious if he's going to try and make a move on the top of this hill or not, if he's going to try and push his luck. A lot of these drivers are actually managing the mountain very, very well. We have a lot less victims than we did on Thursday, and that's just a testament to the strength of field that we've got showing up here tonight.
Yeah, and get a little extra track time from Thursday. Ryan Winfield, I know he's been spinning a lot of laps in the officials, and he's trying to make up for that somewhat of a poor performance on Thursday. You know he's capable of being up there.
I've got a notification here that Craig Schill has crashed. Let's take a look at another victim that we have of the mountain. Here's the replay on that. Oh, it looks like just a little bit of a bump from behind, and I'm not sure who bumped him. That's just an unfortunate incident. It's a very fast corner. It's if anything does happen up in front of you, it's not always easy to react to that, and that's what happened. I've also got Alistair Hatcher has crashed. Oh, is this the same? No, it's not.
Oh, jeez.
Let's see. Does he go off right? Oh, here we go. Going down the hill.
Look at that. Oh.
Going down the hill. At least he didn't crash too badly. Looks like his car is okay and he's able to carry on. Let's go back to our live cam reviews here, and we'll go back to a few more victims. You know, it's always fun to watch them, and you still do feel bad for them. But that's just how this goes. Some of them.
It's great to see Igor up in front. He's having a great race, and I was actually at work. I think it was Friday, and he put up his stream, and I got to chat with him and watch how he kind of breaks down the track and how he looks at his lines. It's pretty methodical way of doing his practice sessions, and he sounds like a great guy. We were having a good laugh at some of the things we were talking about.
And here we go, too wide into the cutting. Misha Berger on the inside, Ryan on the outside, and Misha Berger able to hold off car number 53 and stay ahead in 9th position. Misha Berger, if he wants to get into that reverse grid, he's going to have to gain one more spot and take that away from either Thorsten, Ariel, or someone. But he's got a lot of work to do. A little bit of understeer heading into turn 2. I think put Misha at striking range for Ryan Winfeld. So I'm curious if Misha's going to make that mistake again or not. As they head down the hill towards the dipper, you can see that massive, massive drop. And it's a lot to deal with in this car. This car is, was 400 or 500 horsepower. It's way up there in numbers, to be honest. And it's not easy to balance that out with no traction control, no ABS. Ryan Winfield getting an excellent exit out of Forest Elbow, and I think he's now going to start looking at making this pass. Let's see.
Yeah, I think he's building up for sure. That was a pretty a ballsy move going around the outside there, but almost made it happen. But you know, those down into Forest Elbow there, that braking. If you got a really good braking foot, you're going to be able to make up a lot of time, and that's what Ryan was able to do there. And there's Corey already caught back up to Hugendorn and putting pressure on him.
Oh wow! So I'm curious if he's going to make a move into turn 2. Is he going to make a move into turn 1? Oh, is he? Let's see. Oh, okay, so he's going to wait it out and get that perfect exit, that perfect draft into turn 2. Is Danny going to throw that defensive line? And it looks like Igor up ahead is now getting challenged by Phil Hammer for the win of the sprint race. So this is, oh man, it's anybody's guess how this is going to go. It looks like Hammer not able to get up alongside Corey not able to get up alongside either. And
yeah, I could see Corey just making Hugendorn's life real uncomfortable all the way on the top of this mountain and trying to make his move when he comes down out there. He doesn't want to make another big risk, but let's see what pans out.
And we have a whole bunch more scuffling. If you look just a tiny bit further back, we got Ariel Julian has made a pass on Thorsten Cypher into turn 2. And Misha Berger, Ryan Winfeld, and Lee Holmes has now joined this battle, this little fight, this tango. And it's become a 5-way battle for 7.
Yeah. Yeah, Holmes is going to be over Winfield. Winfield's going to be, he's been like a boxer in this race already. Been bounced around from the first corner.
Oh, no.
Is that Danny?
Danny. There's Danny. Oh, let's take a look at exactly what happened to Danny. I'm going to just go backwards just a little bit. I have a nice rewind feature. I think that may be the dipper. This right there. That's the dipper that we were talking about. Luckily, he saved it. I hope he doesn't have any front end damage. If he does, he's going to have to go into the pits. He might have a meatball.
Ouch. Yeah, and I'm going to have to pat myself on the back for that one. I'm starting to really understand Corey Lazarus' racecraft there, and he just did what I thought he was going to do, pushed him into a mistake. But, you know, I joke with Lazarus because he's got a target on his back now, at least when I'm racing on him. He's got that sheer speed, so he better hope I don't get in front of him and hold him off. And that goes with his competitors as well. Bummer for Hugendorn, though.
And there goes Hugendorn into the pits, and that's just, I guess that's one very valid way to make passes. He's pressure the guy. Oh, and there goes Corey on the exact same turn, and that's going to open up the door for Yuri Steinmetz up this hill. Is he going to be able to get there in time before turn 2 or not? Oh, it's going to be tight.
Oh.
Is Corey going to have to throw that defensive line, or is he going to give up that inside? Oh, it looks like he's not able to get up alongside, but he's definitely now right behind him. So that's going to add a lot of pressure to Corey Lazarus right about now.
Yep, nice driving by Steinmetz. And quietly, look at our OG Gherkin moving his way up there in 5th place. Great to see him up there.
I know I've talked to Gherkin here and there. He loves this track. So I expected absolutely nothing less from the likes of him.
Yeah, he put a beat down on me a couple of these official races this week, so it's great to see him up there.
Looks like Ryan Winfeld's down 3 spots after that lap 1 steering a little bit wide, and he's fighting tooth and nail to try and gain them back. Still down 3 total. Here we go down the hill.
If he could get in that top 8, that's what I'd be thinking. Get dispose of these 2 guys and get into the top 8 to get that podium, or the podium start for the feature would put him in a great spot. But these guys are no joke ahead of him too. They're going to be tough to pass.
So I believe it was Misha Berger I was talking about earlier, getting up into that reverse grid top 8, and I think now he's done it.
Yeah, good call. Nice driving by Berger, held off the attack by Winfield too.
and that's put Lee Holmes in the middle of him and Ryan, and so that's going to take a lot of pressure off of him. But this strong pace that Lee Holmes is showing in this race, he's up 4 spots total, making some very clean, great passes, is now looking to get into that reverse grid top 8. He may have the chance right here heading into the final corner. Is he going to dive up the inside? No, he's going to wait it out and try and find a better time to attack. But
Nice driving by Holmes.
Oh, heading into turn 1. Oh, he is not able to get up alongside once again. But Misha Berger is definitely under fire. He is in the heat of the moment right here, and Hell's Kitchen is warming up for Misha Berger.
Yeah, it's starting to hit the boiling point for sure. This is intense, these 3 guys right here. Holy smokes.
Oh, and we have Gherkin Demir and Ariel Julian going too wide into turn 2. Gherkin Demir on the inside with that shorter distance travel. It's going to be a lot easier to make that pass. There you go. Gherkin Demir is now ahead. So Gherkin Demir is having the drive of his season here at Bathurst.
He's flying, and way to keep it nice and clean, make me smart. We're only down to the last 2 laps or so here.
2 more laps. Yep, 2 more laps. That's correct. And so Gherkin Demir is up into 5th.
Nice charge.
I have one notification here. Glenn Humberstone going off. Let's see. Let's take a look at how did that one happen. Oh, there you go. The top of the hill claimed a victim. Did he recover? He did. Look, that's nice.
Track and move there. That was sweet.
But
that
then,
car's beat up pretty good.
But then later on, this is, I think, the next lap.
Just kicked. Oh.
I don't know if the car's going to survive that one. And, that's a painful one.
Ouch. Interesting, seeing the same guys having the same issues in the same corners. Lazarus on T1, and then seeing that both times catching some dirt. And that was a punishing one. Not as bad as Rob West crash last week. I mean, I'm still having nightmares on that one. That was brutal.
It looks like Lee Holmes is trying to press his luck on Misha Berger. Does he want the inside, the outside? I don't know. Oh, he's not able to get up alongside. Misha Berger able to hold him off. A little bit of luck, a little bit of skill, and Misha Berger still ahead in that reverse grid top 8. Before we see... Actually, there may be a passing opportunity here. No? Okay. I want to take a quick look. Duncan Watts, it says, has crashed. I want to just take a look at... Uh-oh. That's a technical glitch. There we go. Here we go. Is Duncan Watts crashing?
Whoa.
Oh, he's trying to make a pass up the inside on Glenn Humberstone, and then what happened? He crashed on the dipper. And there we go.
That one there.
Here we go. Gherkin Demir and Ariel Julian going too wide once again in turn 2, and contact between the cars.
Oh, what a save.
Oh, no.
Oh, Gherkin. Bummer.
That is an unfortunate incident for both. Ariel Julian comes out the victor of that battle, and a few unfortunate losers in that one. I think it was, let's see, Thorsten Seifert collected, unfortunately. I think that was the only one collected, but that definitely slowed down the pack. And
those guys got to look at themselves in the mirror. If this is really the last lap, you got to be asking yourself, why did I do that? Why didn't I just lift a little bit, put your ego in check, and sail it in for a good position in the future? That hurts.
That definitely hurts. Thorsten Seifert down many spots. I'm sure he's the one feeling it the most at this moment in time. Gherkin Demir, he may be feeling it as well. It looks like his car is a little bit unhappy as well. Coming down the hill for the very last time, Igor Koz heading into the corner name.
Coming at you there. That
the chase.
Is the Corey corner.
No, that's the chase.
No.
That's the chase.
Yeah. You had me on the spot there, scrambling on my screens here.
We got Igor Koz coming across the finish line in the lead of the race, winning this race. Congratulations, Igor Koz. Phil Pammer in second, Corey Lazarus in third, Yuri Steinmetz in fourth, Ariel Julian holding off that pack and coming across in fifth, Lee Holmes sixth, Ryan Winfeld in seventh, Misha Berger still in that reverse grid, Thomas Worm Jr. in ninth, Jason Lyons, look at that. Danny Hugendorn, after taking a fast repair all the way up back into 11th. Thorsten Seifert is in 12th, so it looks like Gurkendemir let him by. Rob West, starting at the very back, is in 13th. Gurkendemir in 14th. Alexander Redhead is coming across in 15th. Alistair Hatcher in 16th. Craig Schill. Oh, and we're not done the race, so I can't call these ones exactly.
Going at it, yeah.
So it looks like Alistair Hatcher and Craig Schill battling it out towards that finish line, and it looks like Alistair Hatcher coming out ahead of Craig Schill. These guys have the same paints, almost, similar. They look like teammates, I guess. Julian Witch having an unfortunate incident. Feel bad for him on that one, ending up in 18th. Duncan Watts in 19th. Gordon Ramsay in 20th, having an unfortunate run as well. Alexander Wilford, a little bit of wall and off track, and he's in 21st. Glenn Humberstone in 22nd. Emil Koopmans, I think he started from the pits. He's in 23rd. And I don't know what happened to Mark Oliver. I'm not sure if he even started. So there was our first race. Is that it? No, those are our qualifying results still. Is someone still out there? There you go. Perfect. There we go.
Nice.
There we go. So there's our race results. So if you remember from our amateur and our pro division standings, Jason Lyons is now in real great spot to get ahead of Alexander Wilford, with Wilford being much lower in these standings. Jason Lyons has a tough battle ahead, though, to go for 30 minutes on this mountain.
Wow.
So
that's going to be a tough one, but yeah, like you said, Lyons and Wilford's only 1 point down from Lyons, so Lyons already got a good chunk there, and now Wilford's going to have to really let his hair down and see what he could climb back up to minimize some damage. But like you said earlier there, Mike, anything could happen here. Lyons could tag a wall, and Wilford could just mail it in and regain those points.
And so what are your top 3 points of this next race, heading into this race? If you were in this race, what would be your 3 points?
Yeah, I guess swapping them around a little bit. I still on big on the start, get a good start. But after seeing that, I mean, try to be patient and smart out there. You know, on the top of that mountain, it's a roll of the dice if you're going to try and make a pass, and be conscious of where you are in the points and in the race itself. And then some of them, you know the pecking order, guys that really like to hang it out and be a little wild on the track. Hey, why not get behind them if you're coming through the pack and let them do some damage? And like you see what happened to Winfield, he kept cool and he grabbed 3 spots on the last lap there. So it's a little bit of a high-speed game of chess, in my opinion, on this track, and being in the right spot and taking advantage of it. But if you got that raw speed like a lot of these guys do, it's hard to keep the cap on that bottle.
I think for me, my number 1 point, as I've said before, would be, if I was in these driver seats, just survive. If someone wants to challenge me for my position, my mindset would be let him go. If he wants to challenge me and be aggressive for these positions, I'm sure he's going to do that to others. And at one point, his luck is going to run out. So my thoughts would be, honestly, to let the guy go, because it's not long till the luck runs out on this track. There's not a lot of luck to be found with all these walls. And it's a very, very much like you have to drive perfect. So if someone feels they can and want to try and drive perfect, go ahead. Most of the time, it won't happen.
Yeah, no, I think that's an excellent point. Couldn't agree with you more. But you know how it is when you get out there. Sometimes 3-4 rounds earlier. Well, that guy ran into me pretty hard that race, and I still got a bone to pick. It's keeping keeping yourself in check and just letting it go and being smart about it. It's easier said than done. But I couldn't agree more with that strategy, especially on this track.
Definitely. And we have a few guys who started very close to the front, now starting near the back. So I'm really curious to see how that mixes up the field, because they're going to want to push forward and get ahead. So we're going to have to see. We've got everyone is now in our car, all ready to go. Lights are on. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Lights are off and away we go. We got Misha Berger, Ryan Winfeld in front 2 cars. Misha Berger is off to a real great start, and here we go. We got Philip Hammer as well, trying to gain a few positions. Igor Koz is in that mix as well. Here we go up the hill for the very first time. You can see all the cars in the very back making it through turn 1. Nice and easy. Start. Let's take a look at Philip Hammer and Igor Koz. Philip Hammer being very aggressive on that race start. Wow. And now ahead of Igor Koz. Oh, and Ryan Winfeld. Ryan,
same corner as last.
Same corner.
Jeez, what happened?
So Ryan Winfeld not having much luck in that corner on the very first lap.
Oh, to put it lightly, that's a bummer.
I'm going to save that replay for later because we can't look away yet. There's just way too much action. All of these cars are very close together, as you can see right here as they're coming across the very top of that mountain. Gordon Ramsay, you see, with that smiley face helmet, made up a few spots, 3 spots total.
Look how tight these guys are on the racing line, neck and neck. And, you know, one thing as a spectator you don't see is that you don't see anything.
We're going to see some chaos coming down this mountain. Oh, no. I'm not sure who that was, but that was definitely an unfortunate situation. I think that may have been...
got a slow down there.
Definitely. That may have been Alistair Hatcher. There's a lot of chaos. Gordon Ramsay has Craig Schild directly behind Alexander Wilford, Emil Koopmans. Oh, man, this is intense as they come down the mountain, exiting Forest Elbow. Emil Koopmans trying to push his luck, get up the inside of Alexander Wilford as they head towards the chase. And just as I was saying earlier, Emil Koopmans actually tucking in behind Wilford.
Whoa. Jeez.
So, wild. Emil Koopmans choosing not to push his luck too hard and just waiting till he has a better moment. Emil Koopmans.
Jeez, that's a tight pack. Like I was saying, when you're too close like that, you don't see anything in front of you. It's just a rear bumper, and you don't know. It's really hard to pick the apex to find your corners. So kudos to these guys to be driving like this, staying off each other and still hitting the marks.
I see Philip Hammer went off the track. That must have just been absolutely minor because he's still in the race at the front of the pack. Ariel Julian looking to go up the inside into turn 2 on Yuri Steinmetz. And is he able to make it work? A little bit of curb. He made, and Corey Lazarus able to get up there as well. And now Igor Koz and Philip Hammer are in this mix. This is absolutely intense. This is heating up.
Unreal. One small mistake like that, a couple guys go by. That's disheartening, but we're still early here, boys. Jeez, it feels like we're boiling over here.
Oh, definitely. And we have 30-minute race, so we have 27 minutes to go. This is not a short time. Looks like Rob West has gone off the track. Luckily, his car is surviving, I think. But he's going to have to let a few guys by, I think. It looks like he is giving up.
Bummer. That's a bummer to see after that brutal crash, but maybe those demons are still in there, still got a little scared behind the wheel, getting cold sweats after that get off.
Oh, and here you go, Forest Elbow. That's a great view of the elevation change that they have to fight. Every single lap, they have to battle with that elevation change. It's really hard to get that braking right. It's super easy to lock a tire. It's not an easy corner.
Nah, and it's punishing, right? If you don't get out of there with some speed, you get gobbled up down this long straight.
And here you go, Corey Lazarus making the dive up the inside on Corey Lazarus. Corey Lazarus making the dive up the inside, but not able to get there in time. Lee Holmes going off track, rejoining parallel to a racing line, just as we like to see. Wow. Now Danny Hugendorn also getting to
that too. Yeah. Oh, look at this.
Misha Berger. And that's allowed everyone to start. We have a whole bunch of 2 wide by 2 by 2 into turn 1. An absolute drag race heading up the hill towards turn 2. This track does not disappoint ever, I gotta say. Ariel Julian's now in the leader of this race with Corey Lazarus in tow. Oh my gosh. That's all I can say. Philip Hammer, just with his patience, has made his way up in the 4th spot. Igor Koz taking... Oh no! It looks like Igor
Jesus.
Koz has made a pass on Misha Berger. Jason Lyons
Look at Hugendorn down the inside there.
Oh, wow.
Did he make it happen? No, Berger is just a pit bull in that spot. He doesn't let anyone by.
Misha Berger does not want to let him by. Danny Hugendorn's really got to fight this out. At the top of the hill, this is not the place to be battling, but they're doing it anyways, and
Nice
here they
driving.
go. Danny Hugendorn has made his way through the Burgermeister.
Yeah, I love the Burgermeister, dude. That was a great block, or not blocking, but just being stubborn with that pass. I'd love to see the fight, but Hugendorn threading the needle. Wow.
Oh, and Gordon Ramsay making a mistake as he heads down the hill, and that is, I don't think Gordon likes this track, I gotta say.
Yeah, that's the second time I've seen him taking that line. Maybe it's just like, I'll just take the slow down every lap and be safe. I don't know.
I think this is the Scottish shortcut.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, there's guys coming behind him, so you better run.
I don't know if the Scottish shortcut works, though.
Yeah, so far, I don't know. It's not so much. He's got some real ground to wake up, and he's in that top 3 in the points, and Steinmetz and Hammer ahead of him, so he's got to push.
And
he doesn't have the luxury of taking it easy.
And there's Lee Holmes making a pass on Thomas Wern Jr., but making a mistake while making that pass, and now giving up another spot. So, gain a spot, lose 2.
Jeez, brutal.
Thorsten Seifert having an excellent drive up, 2 spots total. Now trying to take that spot of Lee Holmes. Thorsten Seifert, and doing exactly as I had said as a good strategy, is backing off and, letting the guy go. There
Hello?
you go.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Ryan.
Yeah, I can hear you, Ryan.
Pulled out of mechanical, so I figured I'd join you guys in the commentary booth.
Hey, welcome
Awesome.
aboard.
Good to have you.
Welcome aboard. We're live. I'm sure you're still in the race there, and away we go.
I'm watching the stream now, but pedals disconnected coming through the cutting on lap 1, so that was pretty exciting, but it doesn't look like I collected anybody, so we'll call that a small victory.
Yeah, and we here we were thinking it's just like you just not liking that turn.
No, that I hit the brakes and started to turn in and dial back the brakes a little bit while you're turning in, and just locked up. And car came to a halt. Couldn't get it refired. Couldn't get it into neutral. Couldn't get anything going on. So actually just pulled the USB cable and reconnected it, and did get going again, but figured I was about a minute and a half back, so why not join the commentary booth and see what this is like.
Yeah, and here you go. We got Corey Lazarus in the lead of the race. Ariel Julian, I think, made a mistake on the dipper.
Steinmetz and Lazarus got him.
They walk through that wide open doorway. No invite necessary. They're just walking straight through. Philip Hammer looking
it looks like one more,
Philip Hammer making a pass as well. Igor Koz trying to get desperate and up the inside of Ariel Julian as well. Not able to get there in time, having to back out as he should. And
plenty of race left, boys. Don't want to make too hard of a move too early.
And Lee Holmes making a pass once again on Thomas Worm Jr., making it stick this time. Both cars damaged, so it's real interesting to see how this one's going to play out. Thorsten Seifert, the third car in that field there, no car damage on his car. So I'm sure he wants to keep it that way as well.
Any amount of aero damage here is just killer. Your 2 best passing zones are the end of long straights, and if you've got any aero damage, you're just a sitting duck.
Oh, and Jason Lyons going off the track, enters pit. Something happened there. He spun a little bit excited on this throttle. Oh.
That's okay. He could still hang in there and collect some points. Hopefully not too much damage on him.
And Ariel Julian, I think, almost making another mistake and allowing Igor through, but not quite. So Ariel Julian is still ahead, but he's now got a gap to that front pack. Corey Lazarus, he's driving for the hometown crowd right now with Yuri Steinmetz and Philip Hammer directly behind him. Philip Hammer is our season leader in points. Yuri Steinmetz is P2 in points. So he's got real tough customers right behind him. Yuri is up 3 spots total. Philip Hammer's up 4 spots total. Corey Lazarus actually is up 5 total. So he's having a great drive as well.
Well, yeah. And then the competition You don't want a guy like Corey out front having a clear track. He's pretty good at piecing the race together. So I know Steinmetz and Hammer's got that speed. So let's see what kind of pressure they could put on him. And that top five is just ripping. You know, Hugendorn wants to get back up in there too, I'm sure.
I got
Spencer seems to have a knack for these hometown tracks too. Just pulls out even another level. He's already fast, and then any of these Australian tracks, it's like Ariel's getting past.
Yeah, I definitely got to put in the votes for the tracks for next season.
Oh no! Oh, and the hammer has spun, and that's created a lot of chaos. Oh no! Oh no! And who was that? That
was Hammer flying behind the fence. Looks like.
Oh, and there is a lot of chaos. Very lucky that they have a fast repair, but oh my gosh!
Oh no!
Jeez.
Oh, don't want to stop on the racing like that.
In some ways, you also just have to hold your brakes and hope for the best.
Yeah.
But trying to reset, you do not want to stop on the racing line to tow.
Oh, to tow. Yeah. You also have to hope that people check up just a little bit rather than plow through smoke. When there's smoke, there's fire. And so.
You don't want any days of thunder here.
And that's actually put Gordon Ramsay up 12 spots total. Wow. Gordon Ramsay's up 12 spots. Emil Koopman is up 16. We're seeing a bit of a repeat of our Thursday race for guys that right near the front there.
Yeah. Lazarus really isn't in the points chase, but Gordon, he needs to get Steinmetz. He needs to have Steinmetz have some bad luck, and Ramsey needs to continue that good luck at capturing some of these guys in these get-offs.
I actually have a few replays. I want to take a look at exactly what happened with the hammer. Misha Berger went off track. Let's take a look at how that one happened.
Yeah, what happened?
The whole thing was...
Wait, this is not the replay. This is the replay I wanted. This is Misha Berger going off track. Oh, and that's where...
It's an easy place to do it.
Yep.
It is so easy to get so a little enthusiastic on the exit of that.
Slimy there, eh, Ryan?
Yeah. And as soon as you go over the curve, it's game over.
Let's take a look at how Hammer crashed. This is very unlike the Hammer, I gotta say. Oh, just...
Oh, little maybe netcode, a little teeny tiny touch.
And just letting go of the brakes, and that's caused... Oh, no! Oh, and that is a very...
I thought that was Misha's car, but I couldn't figure out how he was that far back, but that is... Oh, just... bad luck all around.
Okay. That is very unfortunate event. Not something any of us like to see. Sometimes all you guys say is that's racing, you know? In the heat of the moment, a lot of people make a lot of bad mistakes, a lot of bad decisions, and
even seasoned veterans can get flustered.
And
looking at the wrong part of the racetrack and seeing your points fade away and all that, it's easy to make moves that you look back even 5 seconds later and regret.
Definitely, that is going to hurt a lot of people. That's a very large incident. We've got about 16 and a half minutes to go. And that one incident has totally shaken up the field. You can see that the large gap is now being created from one driver to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. We only have a few drivers that are close to each other right now.
Looks like Ramsey just went into the wall.
It
looks like he got back going again, but it definitely looked like a little bit of a wall hit there.
And that's
easy to do here.
And that's brought Ariel Julian, who is down quite a few spots, trying to regain some of them, right up to the tail of Gordon Ramsay. Here we go as they head down the hill. Take a look at this view right here.
Oh, cool.
You can
shows the speed, eh?
It shows the speed and the elevation. Yeah, there we go. Through the roller coaster, stomach in your throat. Just fling the car off the edge and hope it sticks.
And there is the Forest Elbow.
Or as Mikey Howick calls it, tennis elbow.
That's great.
There's going to be some serious points implications from that incident as well.
Yeah. And just as we were saying earlier, Thorsten Seifert... Oh, there's Emil Koopmans going up past Thomas Worm Jr. and just Thomas Worm Jr. saying that I'm going to follow the pecking order as let him go nice and easy. But as I was saying earlier, Thorsten Seifert just chilling out behind those cars, waiting it out. Something was going to happen. Oh, and
Look
there
at
we
this.
go.
Oh no!
Oh no! And there's a spin from Lee Holmes. Fortunately, Thorsten is still in 6th position, but oh man. And it looks like Gordon Ramsay is taking his fast repair in the pits. So
Jeez,
it
Gordon,
did in
you don't
fact.
need that.
I feel like that was probably hit on, what is it, is it the cutting? It turns left at the hill.
Yep,
Yeah.
you got it.
Yeah,
Before.
so it looked like he went wide on the cutting and into the wall, and really easy to knock your steering all of that.
So Thorsten Seifert, by just chilling behind those drivers and letting things unfold, was actually the perfect strategy. He's now up 6 spots total in 6th position. He's in a real great spot for this season, having a great season, and here to score even more points.
It's good silent run by Thomas Worm Jr., someone that doesn't get much spoken for, but he's driving a good race. He's up there in 5th there, taking advantage of some of these crashes, but he's driving well.
So
Definitely.
Ryan, so if you were in the car right now, what would be going through your mind if you were in this top 5, top 8 set of drivers? What would you be thinking about right now?
I would really be in this midsection of the race, just trying to stay smooth. It's really easy to push a little too hard coming over. It's really easy to lock up here going into the dipper, and all those little lockups and slides cost you later on. This car doesn't really tolerate tire abuse very much, and it's really easy to abuse them here. So.
And here we go with Thorsten Seifert taking 1 spot off of Thomas Worm Jr., now up 7 total as he goes through the chase. Thomas Worm Jr. having that car damage is not serving him very well, but he does not want to take that fast repair. Ariel Julin diving up the inside, wanting another
great
spot.
Passing zone.
Definitely.
Thorsten is another one of those quiet drivers. I don't think we talk about that much, but he's always there and he's always solid.
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely.
By staying very safe, Thorsten puts himself in a really great spots, and you're seeing it at work right here, right now.
And he's definitely not afraid to drop the gloves when it comes to a good battle either. Good guy to race with, lots of fun.
Just noticing now that Wilford's out, so that's Lions. As long as he can keep this on 4 wheels, he's going to gobble up a good points lead.
I think Wilford was collected in that massive kerfuffle.
Yeah.
A good word for it.
That massive kerfuffle that we saw earlier. I also see Craig Schill has crashed. We have a real quick moment right now to take a look at how did Craig Schill crash. Looks like got really excited on the throttle. I'm going to have to guess he came around.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
That corner, I thought it was only me that had a hard time with that one, but man, it's collecting a lot of guys tonight.
The way the banking goes away right on corner, because it's massively cambered right at the apex, and then the camber all drops away right at corner exit, and there's that curb there. It's really easy to get the car unsettled and apply just a little too much throttle and have it come around.
Yeah. Also, with one of the more satisfying ones when you do nail it.
Totally. Feel like you have that Mario Kart jet boost coming out of it when you get it right.
I wouldn't know.
You didn't play Mario Kart when you were a kid? Come on.
Oh yeah, that, but nailing that corner, I've never done that.
And here we go. Jason Lyons making the dive up the inside on Alexander Redhead, making it stick, but he's now on the grass. And Jason Lyons going to lose this spot? Oh no! It looks like Alexander Redhead's the one actually deciding to stay safe.
Is he gonna get a slowdown? There's a slowdown on the inside of that corner, but it looks like he evaded it.
He's getting very lucky then.
That braking zone into the chase is it's a really juicy looking overtaking opportunity, but it's not easy to do that. you have to be on the outside coming through the kink, and it's a very easy corner to overshoot like we saw, but it looks like he managed to make it stick.
Duncan Watts, one of our steady eddies of our Sunday races, now has Igor Koz directly behind. He's been giving up some positions nice and easy, just trying to survive, and I think it's going to do him very well at the end of this race, so I think he's going to just let Igor Koz by. Yeah, and that's well, actually, he's not even giving it to him that easy. He is going to make him work for it. Actually, I like that. Oh, and Igor Koz is having a little bit of a struggle with the wall, but then Duncan Watts does, in the end, concede the position and just stay safe and want to survive.
Yeah, Watts is like, I'm an amateur, you're the pro, let's see, you're going to pass me, make a pass.
yeah, he's making him work for it. I like that. I gotta say, I really, really like that.
I know you talk about the pecking order, Adam, and I do agree to some extent, but it also, I think, really depends on the pace difference. If there's somebody who's generally faster than me, but they're not coming up all that fast, I'll make them work for it. But, if somebody's catching me a second per lap or whatever, it's just get it over as fast as possible. And looks like Duncan had decided that he didn't think Igor had quite as much pace as maybe he should.
yeah, that's true. I do agree with that as well, though. It's always depends on who it is and what you are and where you're at. I mean, like last weekend in Phillip Island there, I was making life hell on the Valverde cousins there, but they always had their way with me at the end of the race.
And here we go, Gordon Ramsay challenging Glenn Humberstone for that position. Glenn Humberstone. And there they go. Glenn,
that was beautiful.
That was a beautiful pass. As you can see, Gordon Ramsay is now ahead, able to make it stick, battling it out. What a beautiful, beautiful pass from the Scotland Yard.
I'd be staying clear from Gordon right now. I don't think he's having much fun out there. He's driving like he's angry, and best to get out of his way there, lads.
Yeah. You call it Battle of the Brits, but I don't know that Scotland is going to be there that long, and I don't know if Gordon would appreciate that either.
He's got a happy face helmet. I'm not sure if he's happy underneath. No, I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. I hope he is. We're going to go along with Gherkin Demir right now. He's following Lee Holmes. He's closing that gap. Lee Holmes down 10 spots. He started in a real great spot, not in a great spot now. And Gherkin Demir, it looks like he's exactly where he started.
Yeah. I think it's not really showing what he's capable of. This last week on the pubs, he's been ripping. So we'll see. It's not over yet. But Lazarus stretching it out a little bit in the lead there. 1.2 now. Not what you want to see.
He is good at checking out. Once he gets clear, he's gone. Last week at Phillip Island, same way. He managed to make it through from 8th in the feature and then just drive away with it.
Stomped on him. And Steinmetz is still catching a little bit of that draft. I don't know about you guys. I find around 1.2 second gap, you start to lose that draft advantage.
Yeah.
I've now got up on the very bottom of the screen Yuri Steinmetz lap times against Corey Lazarus lap times. Cool. It looks like Steinmetz is actually closing that gap very, very slowly, a tenth or two at a time.
Data doesn't lie. That's excellent.
Yeah,
that up.
Almost 4/10 in Sector 3, though. That's substantial. So, who knows? Lazarus might be conserving a little bit and just knowing that there's no moves to be made from back there, but we'll see. He's a tough customer. I would not be worried too much if I were in his boots right now, but we'll see. Anything can happen.
There you go, another 10th faster in Sector 1 from Steinmetz.
It's visible now. You can see he's visibly closer.
Definitely. There's 2.5 tenths faster in Sector 2. And a wall from Yuri Steinmetz. That is going to set him back. I hope his steering is not damaged. I hope he doesn't have to take fast repair after that one. And Corey Lazarus now has a lot of stress taken off of his shoulders as he heads down the hill.
Well, wait, is he? That was a weird line across Skyline. I thought
he was done for. I was thinking the exact same thing, and that 7 tenths in Sector 3 and a little bit slower in Sector 4 is putting Yuri Steinmetz further behind than he was just previously. I think he's survived that wall, so he's going to have a chance to make it back up.
Yeah, Steinmetz got to be thinking too. You know, this guy Lazarus isn't in the points. He's way. He knows Hammer. He might know Hammer's out. Ramsey's way back. Could gobble up some good points just mailing
What
it
happened
in
to Demir?
Let's just take a quick look. Here is what happened to Demir. And there's a wall here somewhere. I know it.
Oh, yep. Oh.
And the mountain has claimed another victim.
So easy, especially at the end of the race. If you've got a little too much heat in the tires, they just don't want anything to do with you anymore.
Here we go, heading down the hill out of Forest Elbow. We got Glenn Humberstone and Lee Holmes battling for 12th position. Is Glenn going to give it up, or is he going to make him work for it? Looks like he's going to concede the position and just choose to survive the race.
I feel like I'm seeing double there.
Oh, what happened to Thorsten?
That was announcer's curse. We were just talking how steady Eddie he was.
Yeah, going in to turn Murray's corner.
Or did he have help? Let's see.
Let's see what happened. It looks like Ariel may have missed a braking point.
Maybe.
Oh,
Yeah.
and you can actually see Ariel waiting off the side for him to pass and give that spot back.
Ouch.
You can see Thorsten
It
is...
might have been help. It wasn't much. It doesn't take much.
You can see Ariel Julian, being a gentleman, actually sat on the side of the road waiting for Thorsten to pass him back, is now behind, and Jason Lyons is ahead as well. And so that's put Jason Lyons in another great position to gain some serious amateur points.
Oh man, he's driving well. He's probably what's the rules if they finish in the season of the top 3 get moved up to pro, or is there any kind of guideline like that, Mike?
At the moment, no. My thought process is if you win Amateur Division 2 seasons, you're just automatically in pro. That is the idea that I want to go with and run with. Because if you win Amateur first one time, I want you to at least have another run at it, see how it goes. If you do win a second time, yeah, you're pro. You're done.
I like it. Yeah,
You're too generous, Mike.
You know, sometimes you don't want the journey to be cut too soon.
My old driving club, it was top 3 in novice for one event, and you were done. That was it.
Oh yeah, wow.
Yep, but that was a novice class too. So we had novice, open, and pro. So that wasn't quite the same deal. But pro was just op-in. We didn't have a. Wow.
Steinmetz right
Steinmetz
there
is
again.
right there.
Once again, Yuri Steinmetz has closed that gap to Corey Lazarus, and there's 2 laps to go. So there's actually a lot of time to make up that space and make a pass. So let's follow along, see if Yuri Steinmetz can make this happen and win the race. He's up 3 spots total. Danny Hugendorn, who's in 3rd, quite far back, but still in a real good spot, up 8 spots total. Emil Koopman's up 19 spots total. Unbelievable.
Wow. What a drive.
What a drive. Thomas Worm Jr. is up a lot of spots, 4 spots in the 5th. Julian Witch had a real unfortunate event in our sprint race, is up in the 6th, 12 spots gained, having an excellent recovery drive. So it's nice to see that some unfortunate incidents can happen and then a nice recovery drive following.
Yeah, those are all great drives, and I love this part of the race. You know, the tires and even your mind are both melted, and you're trying to stay ahead of the other guy. And this guy Steinmetz is hunting him down. This is a testament of your racecraft and endurance. And
there's a locked tire.
This is where it's super easy to lock the inside coming through Forest Elbow. It's not necessarily a bad thing. There's basically no way up trying to break the draft. There's basically no weight on that inside front coming into Forest Elbow, so it just locks.
Yeah,
not
this is
necessarily going wide or anything.
Gloves are off. These guys are going to get ragged.
Oh, and here we go into the chase. Yuri Steinmetz getting an excellent exit. Is he going to go for it? Is he not going to go for it? It's anybody's guess. Corey Lazarus throwing that defensive line. He does not want to give it up easy as he heads into the final corner. Name of that?
That's Murray's corner.
Is it Murray's in the first corners?
I think it's, I'm pretty sure Hell's is the first one. It should be
They're
reversed.
Great, work by our camera crew. Those were great angles.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would have to say that last corner is Hell's Corner.
I know that might be why I get them flipped in my brain. Trying to break the draft, but ooh, it's getting close up there.
Definitely. I'm going to go back to the lead of the race shortly, but right now I just wanted to take a look at Julian Mwich battling with Thomas Worm Jr. and just a little bit of a run through the field. Oh, it looks like Alexander Redhead's ahead of Ariel Julian, Lee Holmes, in quite a battle. Oh man, looks like Ariel Julian is able to maybe get up the inside heading into Hells. Let's see, is he able to do it? Not quite. Alexander
He's got
Redhead.
overlap, but now he's going to be on the outside. Oh, are we going to see? Oh!
And they are not letting him get up there. Heading into turn 2 for the very last time. 4/10th position is anybody's guess. This is 2x2 wide with Igor Koz in the back of here. Wow. Ariel Julian is going around the outside, able to make it stick, I think. And here we go
He's
into
on the inside
cutting.
here to the cutting. He's got it. Oh, is he going to go wide?
Oh, and Lee Holmes.
Oh, wow.
I got to jump up, though, to the lead of the race. We got Corey Lazarus, Yuri Steinmetz for the very last time heading into the chase. It looks like, Corey Lazarus is going to be on the inside. Yuri Steinmetz on the outside.
Watch the curb bounce on the inside here.
Oh, no, Yuri. Save the car, save the car. And there you go. And Corey Lazarus just able to make it stick and is coming across. He has one more turn. Don't count it out yet. As we saw with Ariel Julian last week. And congratulations, Corey Lazarus, for a battle well fought.
Great race, Steinmetz, Lazarus. Wow.
First, wow. Danny Hugendorn coming across in third to round out those podium positions. Here's Emil Koopman's up so many spots. It's unbelievable.
Great drive.
Julian M. Witch coming across in 5th, Thomas Worm Jr. in 6th, Thorsten Seifert in 7th. Of course, they still do have, I'm going to call it Hell's Corner to finish. It is not Murray's to me. It is absolutely hell. We're going to go a little bit further
Misha
back.
Berger would agree with you there.
Oh, yeah. There's Jason Lyons now finishing the race in 8th spot. Gordon Ramsay's up into 9th spot. Wow. Ariel Julian is in 10th. Alexander Redhead 11th. So Ariel did make it through. Lee Holmes did not make it through. Igor Koz is in 13th. Glenn Humberstone coming across in 14th. Gherkin Demir and Duncan Watts. Duncan Watts challenging for this spot. There you go. Battle it out. Not able to get ahead of Gherkin Demir. Duncan Watts coming in 16th. Gherkin Demir in 15th. Alistair Hatcher in 17th. I don't think he had too much luck either. We're going to go along with Misha Berger. Coming down the hill for the very last time. I'm not sure what he's planning. He's going real slow, I got to say.
I think we might be seeing a jump here.
Here's Philip Hammer crossing the line, I think a lap down. He's had better luck, better races, I'm sure. He's going to be looking forward to next week and trying to forget about this one. I'm real curious to see what is Misha Berger
I think we might
planning.
be seeing a Joker lap here. That's my bet.
I think so.
I think he might be waiting for the race to finish. Sure. Or he's out of gas.
Is he out of gas? There's no way.
I don't think you could be. I think he pitted.
Oh no, he's lining things up. There's a few guys lining things up, but
Yeah, but I think we might be seeing a couple jumps here.
But
This may be worth watching.
I think we have a few guys that might be able to make the jump. But yeah, there you go.
It is a Bathurst classic.
I'm not able to, because of the post-race shenanigans, I'm not able to pull up those final race results, so we're gonna have to go off of the left of our screen there. And I was at Misha
about
Berger.
what's important here.
Yeah, exactly. We got Misha Berger was in 18th, Philip Hammer 19th, Craig Schill in 20, Alexander Wilford 21, Rob A. West 22, Ryan Winfeld here in the booth, so obviously he's at the very back. Mark Oliver in 24th. I'm not sure. This is like a parking lot here now, eh?
Mark Oliver must have been a non-start.
I don't think Oliver started, no. So now that we're at the end of the race, I got to ask
Looks like
both.
we're waiting for Alistair Hatcher for the shenanigans to start.
I got to ask you guys, what are your thoughts about that race? How do you think that went? And yeah, where are your guys' summary?
Definitely some shades of Thursday there. I figured it was going to be about survival, and it was about survival.
Did you actually expect something different?
No.
Okay, glad. Okay, and Adam, what's your summary? What are your thoughts?
I think, Corey Lazarus, the king of Australia for sure. Wicked drive, wicked speed. I like Koopman's big climb to the top there. But yeah, I think we all said the same thing. It was about surviving. But Lazarus, those top two, they were wide open the whole race. So kudos, nice driving.
Definitely.
Awesome race. Everyone, like those first 5 laps, how sweet was that racing?
Yeah, and here we go. These guys are attempting the jump. Can they make it? Not quite, boys. Not quite.
About lap 7 of the race.
And there's Redhead coming in at the end. It looks like his car is the only one that's able to move. I don't know. If someone's in the background there. Anyways, there you go. You know what? You gotta sweat it out, go for the gold, and then have some fun, let loose, and there we go.
Steam off, yeah. You know what? One guy left out too is Jason Lyons. That's a big pressure races, and that was he just stamped himself, I think, for this championship of the amateurs. Big points there.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
And there is our race results of our feature. I can finally pull up. So thank you guys for finally doing the jump. Of course, as soon as we can, we're going to have all of the statistics uploaded, the drop weeks calculated, and we'll see where everyone stands in our standings. But with such a crazy race, crazy results, I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of positions that are shifting around. So I'm very excited to see how all of that turns out. Philip Hammer, I'm sure this is going to be a drop week for him. I'm really curious to see how it goes now for him in the standings. He may not be as far ahead as he initially thought. Yuri Steinmetz is definitely in position to start challenging for season champion. It's getting real close down to the wire. So definitely look for the likes of Yuri Steinmetz in car 164 to start making that push.
Seriously.
And I don't think any takers for our interview booth. Is there any final thoughts that you guys have got from after that race? Anyone to look out for? What are your guys' thoughts?
For me, I mean, geez, these last 2 rounds, it's just getting better and better as the season winds down. But kudos to everyone showing up week in, week out. The fields have been great this season, and obviously, Mike keep holding us all together. It's great to have you back from vacation there.
Yeah, definitely.
I would just say that it's championship might not be as decided as we might all think. I don't know that Hammer doesn't have it this year or this season, but we got some pretty fast guys now. Might not be, the one-man show that we've seen, going forward here. There's a lot of fast drivers that have joined this league now.
Yeah,
definitely. And there we have it. That is Porsche Cup Challenge Euro Global Division. Here coming at you on Sunday. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope everyone enjoyed the race. It was quite an interesting race to have. It's definitely a Bathurst race to have. Did not disappoint. And I'll see you guys all next week and see you later. Have a good night. Have a good afternoon. Have a good morning wherever you're from. See you later. Bye.